Thus far, in time, the system is being the court of the means that and there was a time July 1st, 2006. The bill posted and filed on March 9th, 2007. Madam Clerk, please call the roll. President. Present. Present. Here. And just for the record, these proceedings are being filmed by Mr. Paul Harris, recorded in the rules of regulations that is for the general knowledge of the public. So yes, that's right. So there's any questions or comments? Okay. Mr. President. Yes, sir.
I move that the reading of the minutes.
Communication, please. Yes. Okay. Madam Clerk, the reading of the application, please. Thank you.
To the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Malone, yes, sir.
I move that the reading of the minutes of the City Council meeting held on February 15, 2007 be dispensed with and accepted.
Is there a second? Yes. Yes, ma'am.
180, an ordinance designating DP North LLC as the exclusive developer of a portion of the Humboldt Street redevelopment area and authorizing the city to pay up the city-owned properties.
Court requires a public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of or in opposition may do so at this time. Seeing no show of hands, the motion is in order to close the segment of the public hearing.
Roll call, Mr. Bailey. Yes. Thompson. Mr. Ortiz. Mr. Malone.
Yes.
Mr. Sampson. Mr. Davis.
Yes, ma'am.
It was moved by Mr. Bailey.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Bailey. Yes. Thompson. Mr. Ortiz. Mr. Malone.
Yes.
Mr. Sampson. Mr. Davis. Yes. Mr. Quintel.
Yes. Mr. President. Mr. Malone, yes, sir.
I move that all communications, petitions, and reports be accepted and referred to the proper departments.
There's a second.
Roll call, Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Thompson. Mr. Ortiz. Mr. Malone.
Yes.
Mr. Sampson. Mr. Davis. Yes. Mr. Quintel.
Yes, ma'am. Second.
Roll call, Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Martinez out of the room. Mr. Malone.
Yes.
Mr. Worth. Mr. Adams. Ms. Bailey. Mr. Quintel.
Yes, ma'am.
Resolution 4BR, resolution renewing alcohol beverage license issued to BJBB LLC trading as Twin, 701 to 703 Camp Street, license number 111133-009-003. This moved by Mr. Thompson. On roll call.
Second.
On roll call, Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson. Mr. Martinez out of the room. Mr. Malone.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Resolution 4RC, a resolution invalidating plenary retail consumption license number 1111-33-206-003, issued to 149 Club Inc. Was moved by Mr. Thompson.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Resolution 4FR, a resolution invalidating culinary retail consumption license number 11-1133-090-004, issued to Trenton City. Moved by Mr. Malone.
Move it again.
Second. Roll call, Mr. Mateo. Yes. Costa. Yes. Ms. Ortiz. Yes. Malone.
Yes.
Moore. Absent. Ms. Davis. Yes. Ms. Bell.
Yes, ma'am.
Resolution 4GR, a resolution invalidating culinary retail consumption license number 11-11-32-230-005, Fremont, Mississippi. Is moved by Mr. Mateo.
Move it again, ma'am.
Second. Roll call, Mr. Mateo.
Yes.
Costa.
Yes.
Ms. Ortiz. Yes. Mr. Malone.
Yes.
Order absent. Ms. Davis. Yes. Mr. Gendel.
Yes, and for the record, Madam Clerk, Mr. Segura, this home recovery, no procedure, which is wrong. Madam Clerk, there may be call, Mr. Segura, that we no longer in regard to his presence. Okay? Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. President,
Mr. Hall, yes, sir.
I move that resolution 5AR to 5AER be moved in unison with the exception of resolution 5OR.
Just for the record, I'm going to repeat that. In unison, Mr. Malone is the motion which moves 5AR to 5ER,
5AER.
5AR to 5AER, with the exception of 5OR. One second, please. Mr. President. One second, I'll come right back. What was, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, where are the, late part? That's what it is? Okay, that's what the question is from. Okay, before with regard to 5AER, Mr. Greenwald, is there a short presentation with regard to this action?
Council President, members of the city council.
Just need your title, name, title.
My name is Alan Greenwald. I'm the director of the Department of Housing and Economic Development.
Yes, sir. With regard to 5AER, resolution authorizing, can you just give us a synopsis, because this is a late entry.
Yes, and our apologies for that. This was a grant awarded very recently from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection and Economic Described. This will go to grant for the remediation of the Stormwater Creek, also known as the Magic Marker Swale or Penny's Run, that is adjacent to the Magic Marker construction site. This money will enable the city to clean the swale and restore it to an acceptable condition, which will prevent the flooding which periodically happens from Marion Street into the M25 housing area. This, according to my staff, is rare money, and so we're delighted to receive that grant. And the award was made, we were notified of the award late last week, and we're going to make the deadlines that we described to the going to put in here for the council's inspection. This follows a DEP grant of $75,000 several years ago that enabled that setup.
I know this right here runs between Westport and North, the Lee City, the Northwood Council, Westport, Maryland, Solid. Did I say that? Well, you said that. I won't say that. Now, Just for the record, Mr. Jackson, I just hope we get the money when we get out there and we start cleaning that area up and then preserve the cleanup. I think that's really the issue, not a matter of cleaning up, because we used dollars in the past to clean that area up. See how it works. Employees have been out there and volunteers and environmental. But I think there needs to be a plan. When you utilize this money, to start thinking about the preservation of the cleanup. That's what we should have found out. That's the construction at the management site to help us do that. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Any other questions about the body now? Yes, sir. Any other questions about the Thank you, Chair. Very well. Mr. Green. There's a motion for moving into 5AR to 5AER with the exception for a roll call vote on 5OR. Mr. Collins.
May I amend that motion to have a roll call on 5MR?
5MR? Certainly may with the conversation. 5MR? 5MR? Okay.
And Mr. President, I will amend the motion that I stated. I will move 5AR to 5AER with the exception of 5OR and 5MR.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Madam Secretary.
Roll call, okay?
Yes.
Yes. Malone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Resolution 5MR, roll call, is resolution authorizing the award of a contract to On Target Law Enforcement and Security Consultants, Riel, New Jersey, provide consulting services regarding gangs and at-risk youth to a fair and open process in accordance with NJSA 19:44A-2025 in an amount not to exceed $91,000. Moved by the state authority. Moving it second on roll call, Mr. Bass. Thompson.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir. Mr. Collins, sir.
Very close intelligence has done good work in dealing with youth and gang and city. I expect you will continue to do good work. My vote on this has nothing to do with Mr. Shelley. I want to make that perfectly clear and convey that message to him following our proceedings. I simply don't think that as a consultant, the city of Trenton should be paying for commute back and forth for him. So because of that reason alone, I abstain.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Martinez. Mr. President.
Yes, ma'am.
I take the opportunity to not only review this contract, but to compare the contract as well, all around the county and the state with consultants. And one of the things that I've come to understand, although I don't agree with, is in a contract, what I am most concerned with is that services I am requesting from the independent contractors and to her ability to provide this net. And in that, if I review this contract, I agree that his next term of this contract is going to go above the contract. I have many consultants in Western County Municipal Services that allow me $55.5 million budget there from time to time. We have to pay for things, and the attorney's constantly telling me that whether I like it or not, this is the way contracts go. So I reviewed this. I'm very pleased with the services that that Shelley provides. This is a one-year contract with her. I think somebody that said, who's handling the contract? I have a question. If I read this right, this contract is for a period of 1 year. It's for a period of 1 year. And at the end of this year, on December 14, 2007, prior to this, in November, I'd like to have some discussion on independent contractor and the services, because I'd like to expand the scope of services. This is an issue that I had prior to this contract being approved in the beginning. So I'd like to expand the scope of services and look at some additional things for this contract that we're doing. But I have absolutely no problem with that, supported 100%.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Resolution 50R on roll call, a resolution authorizing the awarding contract to a fair and open process in accordance with NJSA 19.34A-20.5, except the Lawrenceville Road, Lincoln Mercury, Lawrenceville, New Jersey, releasing a 2007 Lincoln Town Car for the mayor's office in an amount not to exceed $28,836. It was moved by Ms. Davis.
Second. Yes, sir.
No, this is an award contract for you.
Very good, thank you. Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I followed the experience and wisdom of my colleagues from Westport and made some very salient points on Tuesday. The city should provide a mayor with a car, it should be a his car. The issue that I have with this is at least for 3 years, as opposed to buying a vehicle which would probably last the city longer than 3 years, and thus diminish the yearly amount we're paying for it, and perhaps the type of car that is being used. For that reason, I abstain.
Yes, sir. Clerk?
Mr. President?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to thank you for providing information regarding the city information on the car. I don't use it myself. I know what it takes to lease. I know the advantages and disadvantages of leasing. And leasing the car, I now like leasing the car prior to it. Well, not leasing the car. I don't want to buy it. That's what I mean. That being said, Mr. President, I'd like to begin at the end of this week, Director, final. Is this a state contract? No, this is it. And you did this contract, how many people did you do? I believe we got one. So we got one, that's correct. Now, I know that you have gone to state contract anymore. So you did it, yeah. That was the question that I had, Mr. President, I support this very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee. Madam Clerk?
So that council has a clear understanding about purchase and lease, like we do a workshop on leasing the purchase of the entire street for the city. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Yes, ma'am.
Comment, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
I will echo some of the comments of the Southwood Councilman as far as not disputing the fact that the mayor doesn't need a car, he needs a car that is acceptable and reliable for the position he holds. But in light of the financial contract on this type of vehicle that we are purchasing, I have a problem with that, and I wish to abstain.
Yes, ma'am.
Introduction of ordinance 5, wide development ordinance, city council, city council, city hall, and development area plan. Second reading will be on April 6, 2007. That means the lots located at 45 Sylvia Avenue. Ordinance 5BO, bond providing for the North State Fiscal Field Improvement and Expansion by the City of Trenton and the County of New Jersey, appropriating the aggregate amount of $1,600,000, therefore authorizing the issuance of $800,000 notes of the city to finance part of the cost thereof. The second reading will be April the 19th at City Hall. Moved by Mr. Fay, and Mr. Segura.
Second, Mr. Segura's absence.
Roll call, Mr. Fay. Yes. Mr. Costa. Yes. Mr. Garcia. Yes. Mr. Malone.
Yes.
Mr. Satan. Yes. Mr. Capps.
Yes. Anyone wishing to address council may do so by show of hands. Please state your name and address for the record. Look my far right, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please state your name and address for the record. Please, thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Zachary Chester, 1405 Stuyvesant Avenue. I stand to make a comment on two issues here.
Yes, sir.
First, I'm going to talk about the issue of the mayor's request for a new vehicle. I personally truly believe that the mayor should drive the best vehicle that this city affords to purchase. And I agree with having a lease, because then we don't have to pay for the maintenance, and we get to take advantage of all the services that come along with the lease. I do think that when we go out for bids, we only get one bid. I think we should actually look for more than one. And I don't know exactly what that process is, but I think that will help council's understanding of what we're actually looking for. That will help me also. I think the position that Mayor Palmer is holding now, nationally, and here in the city of Trenton, I think that driving a vehicle that shows his leadership and his status in this nation as the president of the Conference of Mayors. I don't want to see the mayor driving a Yugo or a 1990 Gallup push. I think we should have the best because we expect the best from him. The other thing is on, I want to make a comment about the contract for the gang and the at-risk. As a resident of the city of Trenton, not having any children, and so I'm not as active in the school district. As a citizen, I really don't know what our consultant has done. Maybe there needs to be some type of presentation presented to the residents of the city so that then we can see exactly what he is. I'm not against them getting the contract, but I'm just stating that as a resident, I don't know exactly what programs he's implemented or any of that information. Just would like to see, some type of presentation to the community as a whole, so that we can
Just with regards to Mr. Costello, he had some many presentations, and he hasn't made anything specifically to Trenton Council research. I'm sure that he would be more than welcome, or more likely to come and maybe he made numerous presentations to the council. So I understand we haven't seen or heard of him based on the rationale that she gave us, but I'm sure he will make himself open to many meetings, discuss exactly what he's going on, and prepare for all meetings. It's in depth, it's charts, and diagrams, and the numerous connections that he's made on the campus. Let me give the council a call. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I can tell you that this is part of the course that he's going to be invited one day.
Okay.
We're doing our sidewalk inspection this week. Okay?
All right. Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Paul. Can you hear me? Got one? You call this one. You call this one. Thank you, sir. Please state your name and address for the record. Thank you. Good evening, sir.
First thing I'm going to something about at a gas station down there over a month ago. I brought that concern to you guys and said you take care of it. And they never covered it, I won't take care of the problem. So I brought the picture of it in yesterday. Now, he did it, wasn't today, but that's yesterday, I'm taking care of it. Secondly, we going back to the department inspections. I asked you guys questions last week about 3 electrical boxes on a single road. What is the standard for that? Secondly, the fire at 319 Elm Street. Was there any violation in fines? What is the status of that? 4, as far as the mayor's cars is concerned, the mayor deserves a new car, he deserves a nice car. It's hard to say what is the best. Best in Rolls Royce and state bids and offering. I believe the mayor deserves something dependable, reliable, and good. A nice floor, a nice shelf, a nice building. There's nothing wrong with those cars. As long as it's the mayor, the way the mayor has to be. God bless him. And then there's another gentleman here by the name of Dr. Nichols. One of the true educators and administrators in the city of Trenton. We need more people like that, not people that get jobs because they know the people, but people like him who have qualifications and credentials. I know firsthand, I had a child that was involved in gangs and getting in trouble, going from school to school. Dr. Nichols took him on the history, and he's leading in the right path. It's an everyday path, but I know Dr. Nichols is reaching, not only me, other children like him with different types of problems. Dr. Nichols has been going through board education for his individuals looking for a better position, and he's being turned down because of favoritism or whatever. The man has qualifications. The man deserves to be a leader of the school. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. And I guess that's the issue with that was second. Well, please state your name and address for the record, please, Dr. Thank you.
That's what it's going to take. That's what I'm going to cover. And
Yes, sir.
I've spoken members of my congregation who would like to say a word.
How you doing?
Okay.
See you, yeah.
Please state your name and address for the record, please. Yes, sir.
I'm a member of Dr. Nicholas. He's a leader of the church here in Trenton. We do close with the community, we know our community, and we know he's a member of a school district here in Trenton. And the Lord's understanding is that we've been denied to have the opportunity to go forward with all the qualifications he has to be the principal in the school system. He has applied, he has been denied several times, to my understanding, and he has put forward, we had helped get him into the church, develop
He's been working for the National Board of Education for a long, long time. He's got a substitute teacher where he goes to school through bachelor, master, PhD, going to test, after getting all the certifications and all the certifications that is required for the station, going to be from that to make the qualifications that is required by the men, by the state, so he can do what he is. Just like Martin Luther King, has been, because Alexander Nicholas had a dream too, and his dream was to make the Trenton Board of Education a better place, so he can help the children of the community of Trenton a better place. Still, he's got to work in the community as a pastor, that's all he has done. He has reached out to the community as a teacher, as a pastor, as a leader, reaching out, helping, teaching, educating, and doing the best he can do. I don't know why the position hasn't been open to him. I have no idea why, with all these qualifications, with all these certifications. Is it because of accent? Is it because of race? I don't know. I'm not who to judge. I'm not who to say. There is one who has the answer. That is God. And I'm going to leave it up to him. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide and you to give the answer. Okay?
Dr. Joseph, please state your name and address.
I come to you for the very second time in a very polite way. I believe strongly in being polite. I believe strongly in information. But campaign was on this issue. This second time I'm coming to support the community. I'm taking this situation step by step in the organization. I have spoken to everybody in this group of education. Everybody gets support outside the community. If you look at this, I want to do a letter to the President Council today. I want a letter to the mayor also. In that letter, you're going to find close to between 3 and 400 signatures of the people from the city of Trenton who is willing to support my plea been trying to bring forth for a very long time. One of the problems that I have is that I have the qualifications, I have the education, and I have my certification in hand. And I've been between 30 and 40 interviews. I worked in the city for 20 years as a pastor. I decided to go and do further education to serve my people in a better way. But the problem I'm having is that I have been ignored. I'm going back to the trial of Rosa Parks when she was ignored. She got tired of going behind the bus. I think that I'm getting tired of going behind the bus. I have done everything possible to take this situation in a very low tone level. But I'm willing to do whatever it takes. If I have to go to the governor, to the senator, I got to take people from the streets, I got to take people down to the board of education. I'm willing to do this because it's not clear to me that I do have my credentials, I have my certifications, I have both certifications, I have my principal certification, and I have my superintendent certification. And up to now, the board of education keep telling me that I need to do more and more and more and more and more. I think that council is very concerned about the children of Trenton. And I know council is already intervening in the situation that we currently have in the school district. And I'm not doing this because of a job. I'm not doing this because of a title. I'm doing this because this is affecting other people who are really qualified and have not been given the opportunity to really prove themselves. In my experience as being with the district, I know, I've seen for a fact that the people who are leadership, who have not have the close qualifications that I
they have a day house job. And this is something that has to be addressed, not only citywide, nationally, because we need to put an end to this. And like I said before, I'm coming to you for a second time in a very respectful way, so you can support a good cause. And I know some of you have integrity. I know some of you are very respectful people. I know some of you earn this office because you work very hard for it. And I have worked very hard to really achieve my education and go through all the state requirements and pay the money to pass this test. When they keep telling me, you don't know how to speak English. They keep telling me, you need to speak more than English. They keep telling me something that really don't make sense because I have studied for this. If I didn't study for this, if I didn't have the qualification, if I didn't have the potential, and if I could not do the job, I would have come before you and a very second time in a lapse of close to a year time. So I really asking the council to really look into this situation. I think council have a word, council have a say. I took the time, I have a many get those signatures so you can see it's not just me saying, okay, I want to be a leader. I have the community standing behind me. I could have this great food with the people, but I said, no, let me take this in a very low tone. Let me come to you, council. Let me see how council is going to help me address the situation. Because we need to address the situation. We can improve our instruction, school instruction in the schools and in the city. People move to the city because, or they move to our neighborhood because of the schools. And I think we can make a difference. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, I'm not saying that I have all the answers, but I'm saying very respectfully that I can stir the opportunity that the board has been lying for between 4 to 5 years. And this is about that I've been fighting, and I'm not going to give up. I am not going nowhere, I'm not going to leave the city, I'm not going to fight another district when I have paid my dues here in the city of Trenton as a minister and as an educator. So I'm really asking that the council look into the situation and really take a stand for what's right. And I'm asking for your support one more time to see how we can help me address this situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. As you call very Trenton City Council is not going to hire the hiring process over at the Board of Education. As you call being here for the work election, and the individuals are present. But I would have, what I would share with the council president when he comes back is your plea for us to intervene. Unfortunately, although we enjoy a relationship with the Board of Education, we would not see the council's place to get involved in the hiring process.
Can I say something?
I'm sorry?
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. Council has been involved with that situation in the school district. Right now, the newspaper, Councilman Manuel Segura, Councilman and the ABC is requesting companies to going to the person we don't want to mention his name. So I know for a fact that the council decides to support me, something can happen. If that was the case, I won't be here today. Thank you.
City council supports any body who has the potential to do the job. And team player for the Board of Education. Board of Education is autonomous except in matters affecting the city as a whole. For example, when I was in school, the control, the council is secretary. In terms of hiring and firing, most people don't know about it. The city council has absolutely no business in personnel matters. That's where the balance of administration and the legislative body comes in. If you are asking the council to speak for you and on your behalf, that's a different story. That can, and I'm sure some people will happen, somebody will represent you this way. So just understand, please, that it's not for lack of interest, sir, nor is it for lack of trust to your ability and credentials. It is the faltering which separates
compliment what you said. I do totally agree with what you said. I support 100% what you're saying. And council standing behind me. I appreciate council standing behind me. I highly believe in the proper process in the hiring, but this has to go to the attention of council in regards to the hiring process, in regards to how the candidates are selected, which in some way, somehow, it is influenced by the city leaders. So I think I'm really looking forward to supporting whatever way you can support me, so we can assure that the right thing is being done. That's my plea here today. Thank you.
Anyone else wish to be heard?
Good evening, Council President. James Carlos, thank you for the presentation. I'm here for one reason. I'd like to know from Council, when are you going to have the superintendent of schools come to Bowie Council? He made a statement on television that no politicians can tell him what to do, including the mayor. So I just like to know when he's going to be brought to council so we can talk about this. People in the community.
Just for the record, I spoke to the superintendent today, and he is more than willing to accept coming to the speaking council, so that will be done.
My reason for that is the superintendent has some serious issues that need to be discussed. And this is a question that he needs to ask, to answer to the community. I've seen a lot of superintendents come and go in the city of Trenton. Been in Trenton a lot of years. And meeting with this superintendent, he's a little off base. I'm not going to go into anything else, but I'll leave when we get there. Thank you.
Anyone else wish to address council?
Mr. Stewart.
I came before you today because yesterday I had some alarming news in reference to the city of Trenton. I got a phone call stating that an employee from the city water department that was at the filtration plant was observed on January 25th at 1:40 p.m. urinating in the filtration bag. They didn't come forward because they were waiting for the results to come back from the Department of Water and the director of the Department of Water. The decision came back yesterday that he would be suspended for 6 months. 2 weeks after the suspension, he would be allowed to apply for unemployment. And after his 6-month suspension, he would then be brought back to the filtration plant. The first thing I would like to add, because this is a little too alarming to even comprehend, determine what the situation is with this particular event.
Mr. Vice President, thank you for bringing that to our attention. I'm not aware of that. In law and policy, we do not discuss personnel matters publicly, just due to the privacy. I assure you, what you just reported, obviously, has been reported publicly, and the personnel executive session will discuss that issue. And I will assure you, I will voice my concern publicly here and now, if in fact any of that is true. Let me be right here. And I'm not doubting the person. His body is what I think, and I'm not aware of it. I don't know if any other members have heard or are aware of it, but however, we will look into it.
There is substantial paperwork there, and I don't recall after the paperwork has been given to certain employees, so there is a paper trail.
I'm not
I'm concerned here. Because
I'm concerned too.
if you have children drinking this water,
I need loud and clear. What you just said is bring this one up on the line. And all the money that we spend on our water filtration, trust me, I assure you, we'll be fine out.
all right,
That's assured.
how soon?
As soon as our property is okay, property has been needed, but I don't want to step no personnel matters on the record, okay? Okay? Okay, it's not right. All right, we'll ask the fund coming forward right now. Thank you. We're busy on the way?
That's it. That's enough.
Thank you. You've got to state your name and title of the work, so please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Third action of the public works, Mr. President and City Council, let me give you very clear, the Department Director of the Department of Public Works. The information that has been presented to you has been questioned by me by the paper through the same claims that you sent it out. Any uncertain doubt that those statements are truly untrue. There was something that happened that was not specifically as related. There is no, at any time, problem with the water system, no intrusion into our water system. These claims are unfounded. We had explained that to the paper as well. There was something happened that we're investigating. And there was some hearings brought up that was dealt with appropriately. I'm not going to be named or the context of that, but the public should know and you should know. Clearly, what has been alleged is not true. Or it is of high quality, has not been infiltrated within all within what we do. Let me put it up for in the city of Trenton.
Let me assure you, Mr. Chief, saying if you can have this together for the executive session with regards to specifics,
Jackson, what was the point of interest? The point of interest, yes. Could have happened. Aren't there
That's been prohibited.
Let's get it. Thank you, sir.
But let me say this, we probably want to, through the investigation that we've done, that the allegations that we found were very thorough.
let's talk about it. And do that in the regular session. Mr. Vice Chairman, short,
This will be short.
yes, ma'am. For the record.
This is just to make reference to what Mr. Jackson stated on the record, and I won't get into any names or anything like that because it's personal. I have a letterhead here from the city of Trenton with the gentleman acknowledging what he did in this water, So, when Mr. Jackson went forward with this, he should...
Mr. Brown, it doesn't count,
Okay, well, for him to come forward and say that there is no reason for this because they investigated, well, this is the investigation. The gentleman acknowledged what he was doing. Yes, you can.
Thank you very much. Going up, Councilor, next group, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
The
government. I think she was very wrong with the race card. I personally understand it. Okay, the Trenton Town card. Yes, the mayor is entitled to a vehicle. He's entitled to a vehicle that works, but we have had a tax increase. We have had an increase in the cost of our water. It's poor public relations to go for a Lincoln Town car. Yes, he deserves a car. Whether or not he needs a Lincoln Town car, that's new. But then I'm not a car person, you know. And I do have a question about conflict of interest. For instance, a city clerk, an inspector, are they allowed to have a real estate license? Are they allowed to sell property? Or is that considered a conflict of interest?
I was so on full disclosure, Madam Author.
Without knowing specifics,
Well, I recently received a postcard from an individual I believe is still employed by the city, announcing that he is now selling real estate in this country. And I was wondering,
I wouldn't say so, because you have to get the different circumstances that I'm not aware of. When an individual is employed by the city, outside of London, legally, illegally, outside the city limits. Now, if someone conflicts with his duties as a city employee, that's going to be strict.
is there anyone who can find out, or is it only found those
It's completely released. As are all.
And then since I am so quick to criticize, yesterday, Mr. Pucciati conducted a quality-of-life hearing for a property on Lambert Street. I want to report to council that it was a very productive hearing. It was conducted in the most professional manner. Mr. Pucciati had control of the meeting. I was very impressed with the way he handled the meeting. His staff, Mrs. Edwards Dixon was also present, and Sergeant Martin from the Trenton Police Department. I wish that there were more quality of life here in this held, because it is such a valuable thing to have. And I want to thank Mr. Pucciati for his patience. I think that's enough for this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Please state your name.
Yeah.
And address for the record, please.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. Paul Harris, 137 Center Street. I first want to say thank you guys again for you guys. It's my observation is that you guys are almost like a punching bag for many things, and I want to thank you guys for being here because it's interesting. But I wanted to say first and foremost that the founder and chairman of Walmart, now gone until he died, drove a pickup truck, and Walmart is a $200 billion company. So the ideal that men of power, women of power need to luxuriate themselves with goods is ridiculous. So I do believe, our president, our governor, and different people of power need to have security details, which requires state-of-the-art vehicles. But this is Trenton. There's 85,000 people, so I don't buy the idea that Palmer would need a luxury sedan or any kind of expensive sedan. I just wanted to put that on the record. But I was reading the newspaper today, and there was a district in the Midwest that has enforced uniforms for their school system. Now, I do realize that Board of Education is a separate entity within the city of Trenton, but I know that the mayor does appoint folks to that board. I'm correct, and I know that he has influence, and I know the council may have influence. So I would simply like to make a recommendation. I think it's appropriate for all of our school system, all of our children in our schools to have uniforms. And if we can't have uniforms because it's going to cost money, then I think it's important that they ban this specific school district, what they did is they banned jeans. You know, they banned jeans, they banned the gold teeth, they banned, they banned bling bling, what they call them. You know, all these different things. And I think that what we have is the education system in the city of Trenton are directly linked. So I think what happens there directly affects the kids. And I think that one thing that keeps us divided is the difference is how the kids come dressed up. And BET and this urban, this hip-hop culture, this gutter culture, really what it is, I think it's important that council really express their, position on this matter with regards to putting uniforms on all of our children. Uniforms across the board. And uniforms to the point where as you restrict, because there's a charter school right down the street that has uniforms, but it's pointless because these kids can still go out in the street and buy these pants. I'm 5'7". My waist is 32. There's no reason why I need a 37 or 42 waist. But these kids are going out and buying these things, even for the charter school. And they look sloppy. So I think it's important for our image as a city, as old as we are and as the wealthy state in the country, I think it is important that as a capital that we have that image. And I think it's going to begin with the children. These are the people who are going to take over Trenton. And honestly, it's not. I mean, have you really looked at our generation? Not my generation, the generation under me. And I think it's important. Uniforms in all of our schools are a way to start, a way to get the crime out of the schools, because then you take away so many different barriers. It's as if someone was putting forth an argument if you could rid the world of pigmentation. It's not possible, but you begin to see the parallels by doing such, by pulling that difference. Difference is the center of the universe with regards to social politics, which keeps us separate. And I think that putting uniforms in our schools is important. The last thing I wanted to say was this. I don't want to become a gadfly for this institution, but I'll say it again. When someone's up here speaking, it's hard to focus when I can hear people in my right ear. And I understand this is a business meeting, but I'm simply saying we can whisper or we can take it outside. It really is a distraction. That's what I want to say. I was holding a side conversation in the back. I will admit that, but it was at a level where I was whispering. I'm stuttering because I can hear people in my right ear, and it's bothering me because I don't know why they're talking if you had a meeting on Tuesday to discuss this matter. That's what I want to put out there again. So maybe we can take the side conversations outside or keep them to a minimal level where it's not a distraction to people who are up there speaking, because it does become an intimidation factor. People whispering can do that, okay? And I heard that too. I mean, real professionals. These are your professional staff. Thank you.
Thank you.
You hear them.
This is your name and address for work. Thank you.
I've been a veteran for 40 years. Every mayor that came here, no one up here, no one back in the denied. They called and shot at the car, they wanted to ride, and that was it. We have a mayor that most of the time I'm looking up the mayor to get his son. He's only asking for a car. I don't know no argument about this. It shouldn't be one. I mean, why can't you shine? That's what's wrong with us. We keep wanting to go down. Try to go up. If you go up with it, first of all, the head man in this town is Mayor Trump. Let him shine. If he shines, he shines.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to address council? Seeing no other hands, Councilman Wilker, yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn, sir.
Is there a second? Give me 1 second. Madam, just state your name. Can you